6 hours of driving, we finally made it up here. We're just right down from Blue Lakes, Greenhorn Mountain. Across the way over there. Get out here and zoom up. There's the Sangre de Cristos. We're in the wet mountains. That's the Sangres. .369 Forest Service Road right down there. And we are up here in a really nice spot. Just got leveled up. See if we can get some supper going. Oh, it's about 7:30 in the morning in Colorado. Got a little chilly last night. Ice on everything out here. July the 6th, and it's icy. Let's see if I can get it. Zoom up here. Over toward Lily Lake. Still a little bit of snow in there, but not much. That is Mount Lindsay, Little Bear, Blanca Peak, Ellingwood Point. Our favorite spot we usually camp at was taken, so we had to find us an alternate spot, but this is a pretty good spot. Sitting at about 11,400, just underneath it, between 11.3 and 11.4. Sun's peeking over the trees. Beautiful morning. Completely still, no wind. Walked out in the meadow just outside the camp. Do a 360 here. Sangres to the west. Wet mountains. San Isabel National Forest. Southern Colorado. Not very hard to get to. 369 is the main road coming in, and it's for a Forest Service road, really nice road. Got some washboards, but one of the best Forest Service roads that ever been on. So this is Greenhorn Mountain, and we are camped right at the kind of at the base over in the trees over there. I think Greenhorn is 12.6 and change, if I recall correctly. Not a big mountain, but definitely get some snowpack during the winter. We're about less than a mile from the trailhead to hike up to the top of it. trailhead kind of pops you up in that saddle, and then you just kind of follow the ridge all the way up. I don't think that's actually the summit there. I think you go down a small dip and then the summit is hidden from us. Beautiful morning. It is 46 degrees. July the 7th. Blue Lake. See a few trout rising. We're going to throw a little Castmaster. Not quite an 1/8 ounce. Pretty small. See what happens. Hit the miss. Felt another bump. Pretty shallow. Brought my paddleboard. I may have to get that paddleboard out. There's a fish. First fish of the day, 4th cast. Either a rainbow or a cut bow. That's usually all they stock in here. Fella. Little bitty guy. All right, there we go. That's one. Yeah, those little Castmasters. Man, that little thing right there is deadly. Oh, these bows up here. There's a fish. Feisty fish. And easy release. This little technique I'm using here works like a champ with trout in these little high altitude lakes. Just bumping that Castmaster. Looks like a little wounded minnow. Oop, another one right there. I've been here all of 10 minutes. And this is fish number 5. As long as I fish, wherever I fish, I'm going to catch fish. So I'll spare you guys some more trout fishing for the day. It's just fish after fish after fish here. Yeah, somewhere around the 1/24 ounce up to the 32nd ounce, 8th ounce Castmasters. These things are just deadly for these cut bow and rainbow. Well, I hiked up a high altitude meadow, see if I could get a view to the west, and sure enough, there's all the 14ers looking straight at Crestone Needle and Humboldt Peak right there. All the way down, I can barely see a little bit of the collegiates. That's Deer Peak in the wets where the radio towers are. I think that's 11.7 and change. And we're just probably at 11.5 here. Big meadow. All the way back around to the Crestones. See if we can zoom up. I don't think you might be able to make out Crestone Needle there. Looking back south, there is Greenhorn Mountain where we were camped for a few days at 11.4. Now we've moved to our favorite spot at just about 11,000. But there is a good view of the Spanish Peaks. Hard to get that view unless you're up on the top of Greenhorn Mountain or up at the trailhead area. Haven't seen another soul. Way down there, you can see the Forest Service Road. That's 369 way out there. Another nice day. Temperature about 60. Hard to beat. This is a snowmobile route in the wintertime. They've closed the road off several years ago. And it's just a snowmobile route, and this thing's got 3-4 feet of snowpack on it. The Chesapeake is warm, even though it's only about 60 out here. It's like the sun is hot. Today is day 5 of this San Isabel National Forest trip. A lot of rain in the forecast in the high country, so we decided to head back south, and we are now at Purgatory Campground, San Isabel National Forest. And this is a campground situated right up in the Purgatory River drainage. Very green. It's a 23 site campground, and we are in site 23. Checked on rec.gov, and that site was available tonight. First come, first serve, so here we go. Here's the fee station, left hand side of the road as you come in. 23 bucks a night, and I think we're sitting at about 9,500 feet elevation, thereabouts. 95, 96. And heading up towards site 1. Just off to the left of site 4 is a water pump. Non-chlorinated well water. Pretty good stuff. But that's about all you get here. It's a pretty primitive campground. We've got one, looks like a CXT out back, and we use a lot of these in the Park Service. Park Service has used them as well now. North Fork Trailhead just across the road, and right on up the road to the main loop. A little split in the road right here. There's a few campsites up there, just a small loop. Can't remember, I think there's probably 5 or 6 campsites up that loop. But the main loop is right on down here. Most of the outbacks they have are the old Johns, or these things here. Pretty old, but they're still functional. But I think I've seen 3 of these and only one of the nice outbacks made out of concrete. Lots of aspen. Main forest on both sides here is aspen. And this is the main loop with most of the campsites. There is site number 11, and it cruises all the way around to where we're at here, and site 23. Some of the sites are just big enough for tent camping, and then some of the sites are big enough for a small camper like we got. We're only 19.5 feet tongue to tail, thereabouts, I think. But nice quiet area. Site 22 is just down below us here, but it looks more like a tent site. You could get a small camper in here, but it is a pretty small pullout. But really nice little campground, nice and quiet. Not a whole lot of folks here. Of course, it is during the week. This is the first powdered steel blade that I've ever purchased, and I have to say this thing is pretty amazing. It is razor sharp. got some thickness to it, so it doesn't glide through super easy. But my gosh, this thing is super sharp. And the Blackstone Adventure Series is working like a champ. We've used it, this is day 5, and we've been using it pretty much throughout this trip. It cooks really hot, gets that griddle hot, and you have to turn it down just a little bit, but the non-stick surface is easy cleanup. Got everything prepped on my tailgate, my little outdoor kitchen area. Carry a little 5-pound tank of propane back there to run everything. Pretty happy with the new Blackstone. This is a second or third time out with it, and it's performing like a Blackstone.
Got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in a world of cold beer in my hand. Life is good today, life is good today. Well, a plane touched down just about 3 o'clock, and the city's still on my mind. Bikinis and palm trees danced in my head, I was still in the baggage line. Concrete cars, they home prison bars like this life I'm living in. But the plane brought me farther, I'm surrounded by water, and I'm not going back again. I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in a world of cold beer in my hand. Life is good today, life is good today. Adios and via con Dios. Yeah, I'm leaving GA, and if it weren't for tequila and pretty senoritas, I'd have no reason to stay. Adios and via con Dios. Yeah, I'm leaving GA, gonna lay in the hot sun and roll a big fat one and grab my guitar and play. Kissed by the sun. Coconut replaces the smell of the bar, and I don't know if it's her or the rum. I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in a world of cold beer in my hand. Life is good today, life is good today. Adios and via con Dios, a long way from GA. my guitar and play. Put my ass in a lawn chair, toes in the clay. Not a worry in a world of PBR on the way. Life is good today. Life is good today.